what do you want to learn, right? I want to get faster out of the holster. What does that mean? You're a 3-second right now, and I get you 299. Would that be satisfactory? Well, no. Then what do you want to learn? What box do I need to check to make it worth it? Right? You tell me that, I will concentrate on that with you, and you'll get a whole bunch of other stuff. I think a lot of people come to class and they always goes like, "Oh my God, it was amazing. It was like drinking from a fire hose, man, and I got all these notes and yada yada." Right? But what did you come away with in the class? Well, this, and this. What did you get better in the class in? I don't know, because you didn't have the idea of what you wanted to get better in. When I go to a class, I want a specific thing from you. Everything else is gravy. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm
Put the headset on so I can get this, even though Ike's not in it. This might be a funny story.
Yeah. So, right, I'm packing up to leave to the airport, right? And, he's on a ranch and stuff. And get out the, front porch there, put my bag in it, and all of a sudden I feel something like big thing slap me on the back of the neck. I'm like, what the fuck? And I throw it down. And it's some kind of like brown crow, praying mantis, scorpion, flying thing, just looking at me like, "What's up, vato?" And I'm like, what the hell? So my natural reaction was just fighting. I flip it off, right? And I hit it, and it rides my hand. It starts flying up and looks at me and goes, "You're a punk." And flies off. And ever since then, I'm like, there's no way I'm moving to San Antonio. No way. Plus, San Antonio Airport is the swap meet of all international airports.
Oh, bro. San Antonio
is
horrible.
The worst, bro.
Yeah.
It's like
almost on par with El Paso. El Paso Airport is pretty bad, too.
I've never been to El Paso. And surprisingly, Lubbock's pretty nice.
Really? Lubbock?
Lubbock is pretty nice, man. Yeah, I had a great time when I was in Lubbock. Great time. Yeah. What else had a good time? Oh, El Paso is right on the other side of Juarez, right?
Yeah.
And they got the Army one out there that they opened up to civilian. The Army range is
I believe
Fort
so.
something out there.
Yeah, I believe so.
Dude, that was weird.
Was it?
Yeah, because I'm a michelada aficionado. I love my, beer, Bloody Mary from my Mexican brothers. You know what I mean? Down there, a michelada is like, it's a different color. It's like white and everything like that, right? And I'm talking to the lady. I'm like, that's not a michelada. She's like, it is here. She's like, what you're talking about is a red beer. I go, no, a red beer is just tomato juice and beer. I'm talking about, the Mexican blah, blah, blah. And she's like, nah, man, that's what we do here.
It's so weird, man, because you'll go to different parts of, like, Texas or the border and, like, I don't know, like, yeah, micheladas are different somewhere, right? If you look at, like, tapatios, mean completely a different thing.
Oh, yeah.
Somewhere.
Nobody can agree on carne asada.
Yeah, right? So I'm like, I don't know.
Nobody can agree on carne asada.
Whatever is y'all's version of
Dude,
michelada.
I literally, when I go to a restaurant and order carne asada, I literally have a picture of it.
This is what I want.
Check this out. Hold on, I got it. It's in my favorite. I go, does your carne asada look like that? Right? And if there's any hesitation, like, I go, no.
Okay.
Bring me the seafood enchiladas.
That's funny.
That's great.
That's funny. Did you teach on Bliss? Did you do a class out on
Yeah,
on Fort
yeah,
Bliss?
that's what it is. Yeah.
Who had you out there?
We told you
he was an Army guy.
Oh.
He was an
Okay.
Army guy.
Good
He was like
deal.
an Army, he was a small arms instructor out there at Fort Bliss. I can't remember
fantastic.
his name. Yeah. It was a good time. I had all the weather, right? It snowed in the morning,
Okay.
right? And then it got to like 89 in humidity by the afternoon. We had winds. We had locusts. Right? I was like, because AJ was with me. I was like, bro, based on this, man, we're going to be fighting the cartels by the end of the day. And then my buddy Brandon Hernandez, you're going down there, bro. You got to go to that. What's that? The Mexican, we have, we have Hooters and we have Tilted Kilts and all that stuff.
Ojos Locos?
Ojos Locos.
Yeah.
He goes, you got to go to Ojos Locos. Don't start no trouble, though.
You're bound to get in something. You go to Ojos Locos, bro.
They have one in Houston?
I've seen that
I'm pretty
sign.
sure. I wouldn't doubt it.
I've seen that sign before. I didn't know what it was.
Yeah. It's like your Mexican Hooters in a sense.
Yeah.
I had
With
no
a lot
idea.
of Latina sass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I haven't been there.
It's the Chino Locos. Good times.
Cheetos Locos.
I think this episode's got the easiest introduction for you of all episodes. Like Brian might be like We might just call him a host at this point.
Yeah, I'm like a
Yeah, this is what
repeat offender. This is
third
like
or
my
fourth?
fourth, bro.
Third or
fourth
fourth?
one,
I
damn.
think so.
Yeah, and
Scott's like number 3.
second,
3, 2, 3?
Second.
Yeah, 3. I think so.
second one.
I'm glad I
think.
got you beat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm like,
But it's probably a year to the day. I mean, it's probably
yeah.
a year to
yeah,
the
'cause
day.
we always
since,
do it right around now.
Right.
I think last time we did it. Oh no, December. Yeah.
Yeah, right
Yeah.
before your
Time
class.
Yeah. It does. What a year.
So
What a year.
I guess that was the intro. I'm Ike, Chris, Brian, our host again.
Yeah, he's like that,
Scott.
little handicapped black dude that's always on Howard Stern. They always bring him on, and he just wound up being like a co-host and stuff like that, right?
I'm just here for the good times.
Right.
So
Yeah.
he about got handicapped at the
Oh my
gas
gosh,
station,
bro.
He fell into my truck. He missed the running board as he was getting in. See, I told you I wouldn't tell anybody. I'm
I
telling
had my foot
everybody.
on there, and then I just slipped.
It just
and then
slipped
I was
off.
like
not gonna
decapitating
tell anybody but
myself.
you.
I was like, I thought you were supposed to be like good around vehicles.
Well, it's gonna be
man.
injured shooter. He's
I was
prepared.
Here's
like-
the problem. He didn't load the quad while getting
Yeah,
it.
What
That's
about
the
VC?
Didn't- He's like, I'm not going to tell anybody except for the internet.
Yeah.
Right?
It's all good. It's all good. You got to be able to make fun of yourself,
Yeah,
right?
100%.
Yeah.
bro.
But yeah, we appreciate y'all coming in, dude. I know you got a class tomorrow. You're in between classes.
Yep.
There's no ranges free at Big Tex range.
Yeah, it's
tomorrow.
all unless you're in a class.
unless you're in a class, you ain't getting on a range, which is fantastic. And
So
we
you got injured shooter. What
I
are you
do.
teaching tomorrow?
Red Dot end user. Just got done with Red Dot instructor previous 2 days, and then last 2 are Red Dot end user.
Awesome.
So yeah. Good times, man.
We teaching at the same time, correct?
Yeah.
Ooh, nice.
yeah. Same range, so we'll
Same
just
range.
figure it out.
Same range.
Yeah.
Same range.
I'll
Injured
take
shooter,
half of these
red
targets.
dot.
You
I
take
mean,
half
it's
of those
gonna-
targets.
That's right.
It's going to work out. How many students did you get this year? Do you know your stats off the top of your head?
Yeah, so I always average because of easy math, 20 people a class, but this year it's been more like 26 a class, but I'm not a math Asian, so I'm not going to do that, right? So for easy math, we'll just say 20. I think I'm finishing up with 103 classes this year. And then, so I have 7 staff guys, and those guys ran another 40 this year. And we're going to match that, if not slightly exceed it, next year.
Nice.
Yeah, because it's early, and the other guys haven't even brought their opportunities forward outside of the 40 classes that we're already doing. So yeah,
Congratulations,
yeah,
dude.
dude, it's
Congrats.
crazy. It's
Yeah.
crazy. Yep. Well, it's better than working for a living, right? So yeah, it's a good time. It's a good time, but trying to do other stuff out there too, man. Now that certain life changes have happened, I have. I guess I wouldn't say I have more freedom to get out and get in training, because you guys know you work so hard to establish what your baseline is, your curriculum, your POI, and then get everything that's moving smoothly and everything, right? And then right when you figure that out, things get stagnant. You know what I mean? And you start to plateau. So
Yeah.
you got to shake things up, man. So I'm doing the best I can. I think this year I've trained with 4 or 5 different dudes,
Nice.
right? Just going taking private lessons. Billy Barton, Sean Griffith, Mike Seaclander, Donovan Moore, and then just getting after it during lunch. People, I used to lose so much weight, man. I just stayed at the range and shot during lunch. You know what I mean? And so it's been good. It's been eye opening. Life is good. Life is good. Yep.
That's fantastic.
Yep.
That's fantastic.
Are you following now as a work through lunch? Are
Yeah.
you just yeah?
No, not for them.
Okay.
Not for them. No. So here's
Okay.
the thing, man. I don't understand how dudes do work through lunches, man.
Yeah.
That's
I
my
mean, I know when
jam.
you got a lot of stuff and everything like that, but I need a break, from just I love what I do, but sometimes you just need that hour for people not to ask you questions,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Before it would be like, hey, dude, I'm eating a sandwich. Can you leave me alone? Now I'm just like, bro, I got to do my own practice. You'll have me in about, 59 minutes.
So you got to break up that mental stimulation, because
You
you
do.
got
Yeah.
26 different people asking you all these questions, and then trying to run a line and make sure everything's safe, and
Yep.
make sure you're covering everything you need to cover.
Yep.
Doing that for, twice a week? You're basically
yeah,
4
basically
days
twice
a week.
Yep.
4 days a week.
Yep.
Man, that's
Yep.
you gotta have a break sometime.
You gotta check out. You gotta disconnect. I mean, that you've got I assume that's what you're doing with the books, right? Like that's kind of your checkout.
Yeah.
Like disconnect from everything that you got going on.
It's hard because, like, with the kids, I'll be there. I'll read like half a page, and then they need something or whatever. So like when they go to bed, like that's like so it's nice. Like Maddie puts the youngest one to bed, and then the other 2 we tuck them in and all that. And then she lays with the youngest one to get her settled down and stuff. So like that 30, 45 minutes, I do the dishes, got an audiobook, or I'll go sit down and read. That's the me time.
Yeah.
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 You know?
Yeah.
That's
And
nice
you're self-improving, right? That's the other thing. When I'm shooting during lunch and stuff, I'm self-improving. I go out and train, try and bring these new things, right? Bring new ideas and or a different way of saying the same thing that I was saying before that may resonate with other people, but I'm trying it, I'm putting it into practice and stuff. And it just makes it that much more stimulating to me and my growth, and then I can bring back that to my students, and enthusiasm is still there. So
Yeah, that's definitely why I still continue to take classes just like you do. Maybe 2 to 4 a year, right? And I've taken a class with Tim Herron this year.
Fuck that
Fuck
guy.
Tim Herron.
Yeah, fuck Tim Herron. Right? Hashtag fuck Tim Herron. I've taken multiple guys this year, right? So just continued education, right? So, yeah.
Tim, I love that guy. I love that
We
guy.
need to get him.
Yeah,
him down. As much shit as everybody gives him, we need to give.
Yeah,
get
we
him.
talk shit on him quite a bit.
Yeah, we need to get him down.
Just allocate 4 hours because my boy can talk. Like I can talk. When I say somebody can talk, that boy can
Dude,
talk now.
yeah.
But it's all wisdom, man. You just get it in a tsunami. It's all wisdom, though. Fuck that guy, though.
Sorry, Tim, my bad. It was my fault.
Yeah, you brought him up, man.
You brought him up. Also, and we interrupted you. So, Tim Herron. Who else you got this past year?
Man, who else did I take this year? I'm sorry, I can't remember. Right, it's just everything's
Nick
flying
Young?
by. Nick Young was this year.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you came up for the class you did here.
That's right.
And that's another podcast appearance.
And then something earlier on the year, I don't remember, right? So it's all part of that continuing education. The same thing like what Scott was saying, like I don't want my programs to stagnate or my ability to stagnate. And kind of the goal also is for next year is to start competing pretty heavily. I'd like to get the M card for sure, and maybe shoot for GM, but we'll see, right? Definitely the M card. So I'm kind of using these classes as a off-season training, if you will, get ready for the next season coming up. That's the goal behind it. Yeah.
I feel like you came up for Scott's class and then stayed and did a podcast.
Yeah, so I was teaching the class.
He's been on a lot.
Yeah, I taught.
Yeah, that's what happened. Yeah. It was Hunter and Hunter.
Yeah, so I taught low light, so we did a podcast, right? And then I was here with these crazy cats, so we did a podcast. Same thing with Nick Young, took his claess. We did a podcast, and then this one it would be the 4th, if I'm not mistaken.
We gotta get it. We have to have them on to have. It's a disservice for our audience to have dudes like Scott and you here and not get content.
Yeah,
because they got questions. People got questions for you.
Yep.
And we've got them pulled up right now.
Yeah. So we've been asking.
Oh, I was afraid of some of those that came up on Facebook, man. Is it going? I'm gonna get charged up.
You want to start?
ACLU.
Go ahead, start.
Here's a good one for both of y'all here. All right. Caleb Cossey would like to know if you're hydrated. First of all, have you been drinking
Always.
water?
Oh yeah.
Always.
Okay.
I'm so
Drinking
hydrated.
water.
I've been drinking his pee.
Oh,
That's right. Oh, inside joke.
Well,
Inside joke.
yes.
Sorry.
What's the one thing they wish new shooters or even experienced ones understood before coming to class? We'll give you a minute. Whoever comes up with the first.
Yeah. I got mine. You want to go first? I got mine.
Yeah, I mean, I'll keep mine simple. It's actually a pretty good question. I would say that one of the biggest things I see a lot, especially with more experienced shooters, and certain things that I teach, this is a way, not the way. This is an option for you guys. I'm here to show you multiple options regarding if that's a certain tactic or technique. I'm not the gospel on low light stuff or injured shooter stuff. These are just options that I've experienced or dealt with in the field, and then picked up from other people within the industry and so forth, and kind of came together. So it is an option, not the way. I would say so.
Yep.
Kind of what immediately came to my mind.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you want to learn in this class to make this class worth it? Right.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah. Too many people, I asked that at the beginning of my class, and you'd be amazed. People is like, I just want to learn from you. What does that mean, bro? Because I mean, if you want to just spend $700 to hang out with me. I mean, we can go have a lunch date or something like that, and it'll be a lot easier and probably a lot less expensive. She need to buy ammo and hotel room. Well, maybe you do need to buy a hotel room, but anyway, I'm just going off the rails today.
How lunch goes, yeah.
After the class.
Good thing is NSFW.
Exactly. But what do you want to learn, right? I want to get faster out of the holster. What does that mean? Are you a 3-second right now and I get you 299? Would that be satisfactory? Well, no. Then what do you want to learn? What box do I need to check to make it worth it? Right? You tell me that, I will concentrate on that with you, and you'll get a whole bunch of other stuff. I think a lot of people come to class and they always goes like, oh my God, it was amazing. It was like drinking from a fire hose, man. And I got all these notes and yada, yada. Right. But what did you come away with in the class? Well, this, and this. What did you get better in the class in? I don't know, because you didn't have the idea of what you wanted to get better in. When I go to a class, I want a specific thing from you. Everything else is gravy. You know what I mean? So that's what I wish. And that happens with new, and surprisingly, it happens even with experienced shooters, So
that's good. I like that. Coming into class with a good, clear picture of what you want out of it.
Right.
It's kind of like going in training without having clearly defined goals.
Right.
If you're just going out there to practice, and
right.
just shoot with no purpose, then
right.
you're not really doing.
Right. Or even defining those words on what your goals mean, right? Like, well, I want to be faster. What the hell does that mean? I want to be smoother. Nobody cares about
what
your
does success
smooth.
look like?
Yeah. What does your care about? Who cares about your smooth, right? What are the metrics of speed and accuracy that we need to be talking about, and how are we going to get you there, right? Because if you don't know what your goals, how do I know that I satisfied them?
Yeah.
And if you know what your goals are, how do you work on them after class? So let's find some specific goals applied to a practical application. Then they'll stick. Then you'll work harder at it, and then you'll find success a lot easier, I think. And that's the purpose of training.
And thank you for listening to the podcast, because we just covered everything.
Yeah.
like, come on.
Well, we will see y'all next time.
Have
Thank
a
you for
good
watching.
night.
Like, subscribe, comment, all that good
No,
stuff.
Seriously. And if you take you need to go into everything like that.
Yes.
You need to go into everything like that.
You do.
So just walking out and be like, oh, well, what's going to happen today?
Yeah. Or, hey, man, you went to that class. What'd you learn? It was great. We burned it down, man. Dude's special warfare. Man, it was awesome. What'd you learn? Well, I mean, if you applied that to anything in your life, your job, right? Especially your job, right? Where you get most of your training, or hopefully you do, right? Anything. Right? And you sat down to your 1 year review and you're expecting to get a raise, and guy's like, yeah, man, you did a good job. And that was it, right? That was it. Because that's usually the AAR for a lot of people. It was a great time. You did a good job.
Had a good time.
Okay.
Class.
What'd you learn? All right. Am I going to get a raise? You would never approach anything like that, right? Like if I asked you, hey, man, you just read that book, right? What was it about? And you went, a lot of words.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And that's not only the fault of the instructor. We blame the instructors a lot, right? I mean, if you go to 16 hours, you're going to learn something, even if it's not the way to do something.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? But a lot of the times it's the problem of the student. You don't have an agenda of the goal that you want to learn, so whether you learned it or not, you don't know. You don't know. Approach that into your family life, your training life, your work life stuff. Goals, write them down, figure out a plan how to get there, get people who can do it better than you, replicate, and then go enhance by finding another form of training that maybe has a different take on it. There you go.
And cut.
And cut. There you go.
Once again, thank you.
There you go.
That's 2 episodes
That's
that
right.
we got.
I just want to say, Mr. Jordan Peterson, if you need a consultant, I'm here for you.
Let's see here. Bill Stanton wants to know, he goes, any specific dry firing techniques or routines that y'all would recommend?
Refinement and repetition from Steve Anderson. It is, if you are new to dry fire and you want a plan, even though it is somewhat competition-based, right? You can do a lot of them in a stationary position, right, without a lot of room or anything like that. You go through his 10 or 12 drills, use his insights to it and do it. You do that 3 times a week, 10, 15 minutes a pop. It's impossible for you not to get better.
Yeah. And just to kind of go off of that and make sure that dry fire, obviously, depending on your experiences, is intense in a sense, right? Like make sure you're giving it full effort, maybe 90%, right? Like if you're done with dry fire and you're not kind of smoked, right? For me, like my grip is always pretty tired after the end of it, depending on what I'm working on. So put a pretty good amount of intensity within that dry fire for sure.
Yeah. And be purposeful.
Yep.
So if you want to like increase your 1 second shot,
Yep.
do you just do a bunch of repetitions, or do you practice on just getting onto the gun and then getting from the holster to the ready, or like do you break it down by segment, or do you do just one big continual motion?
I'm pretty sure we're pretty similar. I micro segment or micro drill it out. So hey, from depending where you're setting up, right? So hand touching the holster, not touching the holster, right? From that to the gun is a certain amount of time. So let's say 0.40, right? 0.4 tenths of a second on that time. Just getting reps of getting to the gun. Can I do that? And then I'll add a next step to it. Then I'll add a next step to it, right? As I start to increase a little bit on the time. So that's generally how I do it.
Yeah, I generally tell people that to video yourself, especially if you want to get quicker on your draw, and set up your shot timer, right? Set it up on a delay and whatever, right? So in the beginning, the biggest place where people lose time is the reaction to the beep, right? The beep is 0.3 seconds on most shot timers. People go after the beep, right? So I say just do a drill where all you're doing is when you hit that thing, you want to get your hand on the gun before the end of the beep. Which comes out to about, quickly, depending on how quick you are, 0.25 to 0.4, right? All of that's satisfactory, right? Some people have you stop at the Mary to check your grip. I don't really like that because I think that induces the tactical hitch where it's like, is my grip good? Okay, now punch out and go to work, right? So I just say, like, from once you get that, right, use the index of, knuckle to knuckle on the thing, and then just bring that thing and then get to your sight. Don't pull the trigger. Pulling the trigger is like this Pavlovian dog response where it's like, reward. Don't do that, right? Just get the sight picture. Right? You do that and you watch yourself, right? Say, okay, that one was good. I got the dot. I got the time. That wasn't good. This was good, yada, yada, yada. And then you wind up seeing the useless stuff that you're doing that you don't know what you're doing because it's already built into the subconscious, right? And then when you see it, you start getting rid of it, right?
Ooh, I can cut that out. There's, a fraction of a second right
Exactly. If you're having a hard time getting rid of it, a word that I got from Donovan Moore is mechanical recognition, right? So sometimes you can't stop doing something because you don't know you're doing it. So you got to feel yourself doing it, right? For example, if you're a lean forward guy, that's a tenth, right? Put your wall back up against the wall and dry fire like that. So when you lean forward, you actually feel the difference in pressure, right? If you're a shoulder guy, put this shoulder against the wall so you can't move it, or at least you feel it when it's moving. And that gives you the mechanical recognition. Then you do that a couple times, do it with the training aid, and then come off it and do it a couple times, and it'll drop. Then once you get that, then go to a prep trigger, right? We need to stop teaching people every time the gun comes out, you have to pull the trigger, right? We need to get them mentally involved with the trigger, and doing that gets it to the prep, whatever prep means to you, okay? And then from there, then you can pull the trigger if you want to, and then you're judging on whether or not you have a good grip and the dot's not moving when you pull that trigger. You do that, and you'll be. I've seen people in classes with that get better in a day or 2 days, right? You dry fire that half an hour, you'll get better, and you'll get better and better and better and better, and then you just transfer it to live fire. Yep. So micro drills.
Yep. Nice.
And what was the name of the
book?
The book. Yeah.
Refinement and Repetition by Steve Anderson.
Fantastic.
All right, so Chuck has like 50 of these.
Oh man,
I'm not gonna ask any of these, Chuck. Actually,
there's a couple.
You probably should. You want to stay away from like the ACLU violating ones or some stuff like that. But
we can ask this one right here. What pants are you wearing
right now? Lucky Brand jeans. I love Lucky Brand, man. They got that 4-way stretch, different sizes. Stuff like that.
Size fits all.
Yeah,
I started reading some of these.
Their 36 is really like a 40 in any other jean.
Chuck must have been flying somewhere today.
So, fuck one, marry one, crash in one. Delta, United, Southwest.
Why didn't you throw American in there? Okay. Fuck one? What is that?
Southwest. I'm going to say Southwest. I'm going to say Southwest for that one.
Fuck in one? Why? Southwest doesn't have nice bathrooms. I've only flown Southwest once, it's good to know how the other people live. No, I don't know. Oh, I'm gonna get hit hard, man. I'm gonna get hard for
It's
that.
good. Controversy
Yeah.
drives.
Yeah, I was okay. So what are the choices again? Fucking one, dying one, what?
Dying one.
Dying
Just
one,
said crash.
crashing one. If I had to crash one, so I'm gonna do my own thing. If I'm gonna crash one, I'm gonna go an American, right?
Okay.
Because they're newer planes. They're newer planes. If I had to absolutely be somewhere, and I didn't care how many connections that I actually had, I'd fly United. United's probably the best schedule, but they don't have direct flights in a lot of places.
United has really good times, but finding direct flights.
American flights. Now that I live in Charlotte, and that's the American hub, man. I've
Yeah.
been flying American, and yeah, they have like weird shit going on and stuff like that. But yeah, American has the newest planes. What was the other one?
There's Delta, United, Southwest, and he said, "Fuck one, marry one, crash in one."
Marry one.
Marry one.
Guess you only get to fly that. You only get to fly that one.
Okay, yeah. So I guess it's like, fuck that airline. I'm married to this one.
Oh, I hate them all. That's the
Yeah.
problem. I hate them all. So I like United because they literally just copy and paste the TSA guidelines for traveling with firearms and stuff. So they don't give two shits about stuff, right? The planes aren't that nice anymore.
Yeah.
Delta. Every time I fly Delta, those planes feel like they're from like the 1970s.
You got an ashtray still?
Huh?
You still got an ashtray?
They probably do. Yeah, they probably
flip
do.
down.
Yeah, and their eggplant colored stewardess things and stuff like that. I don't. Yeah. And plus anything associated with Atlanta, I just can't do it. Sorry, Atlanta. Sorry. Atlanta airport is the worst, man.
I do not like the Atlanta
Yeah,
airport.
it is. It is the worst. So
I fly in. I don't fly a lot, but like IAH, of course, the one here in Houston, and then Atlanta. Those are like the two that, because I'm usually going to Georgia. Like
Yeah.
I always go there a couple times a year. So.
if American had United's reliability, that would be the best of everything. Yeah. Now, on the other hand, honorable mention is Alaska Airlines. I mean, my face is on the plane, so I might have to like that.
You get a royalty from that? You get a
So Jared Rawson. Jared asked, is Scott's wave technique different from his rotate the support hand to grip higher on the slide technique circa 2017?
No, it's just a different way of explaining it.
Okay.
Yeah, so in 2017, I gave homage to Mike Seeklander and the Judy chop.
Yep.
And then AJ Zito said, bro, you don't really chop anymore. I go, nah, I bump the gun too much, man. I more or less roll it, like, think about the way. Yeah, he's like, you like roll it like the way your thumb is. Your thumb goes like a wave. I'm like, yeah, it does. And that's where it came from. To be clear, Internet, the wave is not a dot finding technique. It is a grip sealing technique, right? Doesn't matter if the dot drops from 12 or lifts from 6. I do the wave no matter what. It's just the way that I seal in the back of my palm into my palm using my middle knuckles as an index when I go quickly. That's it.
What gun are you teaching with in class this weekend?
Officially, I will break out the Walther steel frame 5-inch in the class this weekend.
How is that steel frame?
It's amazing, bro.
Is it?
It's amazing.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
So I'll probably get tried. So I taught the 2-day instructor class. I shot the steel frame too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Walther loves me enough; they're not going to get mad at me and stuff like that. But you can't have that gun and not fucking shoot it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, bro, yeah. So that one, and I carry it too.
Really?
Yeah. Like somebody on my post is like, oh, that's definitely not an EDC gun. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about, fam.
Yeah.
That being said, I could hide an MP5 if I wanted
Yeah, I was
to.
gonna say,
right?
you got an MP5 under there?
Yeah, it's great. But good belt, good holster, man. I got one of those. It's great. It is silk.
So what's the diff? Let's talk about the. Can we get to detail on the pistol a little bit here?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So, tell us about it. I mean, PDP.
Yep, it's a PDP, right? So what you want to do is you want to take everything you loved about the Q5, right? Steel frame, right? And everything you love about the PDP and put them together, okay? The great thing about the Q5 is that it was heavy, right? Because of that, recoil and pulse was super soft regardless of the ammo you're shooting, hyper accurate, like all Walthers are. But, for some reason, when you get a steel frame gun, the lockup's just that much better. So yeah, the downfalls of the Q5, man, unless you got small ass carny hands, your hands can't fit on that 15 grip, especially if you threw a magwell on it, right? And the magwell on the Q5 had that weird slant to it, and I didn't really like it, right? So then you have the PDP, right? You got 18 rounds and everything, great accuracy, all that other stuff, great mounting system, forward cocking serrations, yada yada. So all that. So just take the best of both of them, right? Heavy gun, I think it comes in at 43 ounces or 44 ounces with an empty mag on it, right? I think it's very, very well balanced, right? Some steel guns are too muzzle heavy, right, or too back heavy. I think it's very well balanced. It comes with the tuned dynamic performance trigger, which says it's 5 pounds, feels like 2.5 because it's preloaded and stuff. And it comes with the magwell. They did some extra checkering on the front. You have the removable grips, right? Which I'm sure like lock grips will come out with some either thinner ones or more grittier ones out of G10. It comes with the adjustable plastic sights that everyone's going to get rid of anyway. What else is on there? The beaver tail is not as big as the Q5 was. It's more like the Q4 beaver tail, which if you're like me and you have friends that are gunsmiths, as soon as you got that thing, you cut that stupid thing off. I love Walther to death. They listen to pretty much everything. I give them suggestions and stuff like that. They just like their beaver tails, right? And I cut that thing off. Beaver tails and striker fire guns are dumb. That's my opinion. Your mileage may vary. You do what you want. Because it gets in the way. You guys know how I draw when I stab down on appendix and stuff. Just that little bit of notch creates a space when you're rolling your thumb over, right? I got it. Then I flew out to see AJ and Teacher Prescott, and he just grinded that fucking thing off. Blued it the best we could, right? And it's glorious, man. That 5-inch gun, right? So if you take Hop Ammo 147, right? It's that steel gun feels exactly like my Lucky 7's ported 5-inch plastic PDP, right? And here's the difference, though. The plastic PDP has a 13-pound recoil spring and the Spring-Co reduced striker to make it balanced. This one doesn't need that. You throw in the 15 stock striker spring, right? So you can hit it on hard primers and everything like that, and it's been absolutely butter, absolutely reliable. It's an amazing gun. It's an amazing. As a matter of fact, outside of the custom 2011 that AJ made for me, there's not a gun out there that I would rather shoot than the new 5-inch, right? And again, I get paid by Walther. I'm on Team Walther. Yada yada yada. Take that for what you want. But at the end of the day, I shoot what I want, right? And that's why I've stuck with Walther all this time. So,
Nice.
Yep.
Fantastic.
And it comes with 3 20-round 18-round mags with the 2 extendos, right? And that's the only thing that's going to work in those on the magwells, right? So yeah, it's
Fantastic.
It's a great freaking gun.
On the development side of the house, on that, how did you participate in development on that
I
pistol?
participated in the PDP.
Yeah.
Right. A lot of people don't know that the PDP was actually going to have a beaver tail, like the Q5 did. And I said, you guys do that, I'm out. God bless you. Love your guns. I'm out. I ain't doing that stuff, right? I'm not shooting guns that I hate, That, and then if you remember the PPQ, right? So the toe on the end of the Walther, right, has always been there. On the PPQ, it was very pronounced, right? So I had them reduce that a little bit. So just a little bit of support hand picky pressure would drop the dot if you're dropping the dot from 12. So those are the main things that I had to put in there. Yep. Cool. And I told him if the gun was ugly, I don't want anything to do with it. I remember Cody going like, well, what do you mean the PPQ is ugly? I go, dude, the PPQ and the VP9 are the same gun. How's the VP9 not ugly? He's like, yeah, you got a point there. So I don't know if I had that anything to do with the aesthetics, but I put my foot down on that shit. So, and it's not an ugly gun. It's not an ugly gun. So yeah, that's about it on that one.
Cool. Let's see here. Jared is asking, should someone brand new to handguns go straight to a dotted pistol and not worry about iron sights at all, or until later?
Yes, I would say go to dot. Yep.
I'll ask all the. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, an analogy I've heard is trying to teach somebody to drive on a stick versus an automatic.
Yep.
Like, it's easier if they can just focus on, like, not hitting other stuff on an automatic rather than having to worry about the clutch. And,
Right.
I think it kind of crosses over to irons. And
100%. You start people on a typewriter or a computer.
What's a typewriter?
Exactly. Exactly. You young bucks didn't know. Didn't know the woes of whiteout.
Yeah, I have a family.
Oh man.
I have a family friend that I'm supposed to take shooting, and I was like, hey, if we go shooting, you're shooting nothing but dots, because that's pretty much all I've got at this point.
Yeah.
I might have to like go dig a Glock 19 out of the bottom of the cabinet or something that doesn't have a dot on it. But like, I want you to understand that you were looking for your first handgun after this experience, and you're going to want a dot, because that's what we're going to shoot. And that's because now, I mean, she's not going to go to the range a lot, I don't think. And, like, here, 365 with a dot. Go. See? Put the dot where you want it.
And it's kind of the future. I mean, like, if you're not going to learn the dot, it's good to know irons, I think. But, like, I mean, the future is definitely dots. Like, I mean, every single pistol company out there nowadays that makes a modern gun has an optics ready. If not every single one is optics ready,
Yeah. I think it's safe to say the present is
It
dots.
is.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
is.
yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Especially with the reliability now. I mean, here's the thing, man. I get dots sent to me all the time, right? And lately the trend is just American company, American specs, Chinese manufactured dot. And they get sent to me, right? Some make it into, internet land, some don't. But I got to tell you, man, some, like, so if you make it past the durability test, that's no longer, oh my God, buy this dot. That's the entry into, I'm going to talk about you. Then we have to talk about, is this worth my time telling other people to get this, right? But I got to tell you, man, these Chinese optics these days, right? And say, Swamp Fox, CNH, some other companies they're tough as shit. And say what you want, man. I don't know if I'm being, unpatriotic by saying these Chinese optics are pretty damn good, right? But yeah, we're living in a great time right now, man. So the reliability factor of it is making irons less and less and less, Now, like, I would have to say of my 4 carbines, I have irons on none of them. None of them, right?
Yeah.
Because rifle optics are to the point. Now, do I want a secondary sighting system, whether I got a Maul or a 45 off or something like that, right? Sure, I got a secondary sighting system. But irons, I don't know. They're only good for collecting dust in the corner of my closet these days.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I don't know. How you feel about that? Like a carbine, I mean, do you have irons on your carbines?
I have
anymore?
a one, just a backup iron.
Just one?
Just
Yeah.
one.
Do you flip it up?
But no, so it's down. It's down, right? Because I have the D-ball in there, and then I
Right.
have my optic, and
Yeah.
so it's
Right.
there. It's collecting dust. I don't
Yeah.
remember the last time I flipped it up.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah.
I've looked at it
Yeah.
recently. It doesn't look like it's been flipped.
No,
up
it
in a
hasn't.
long
I don't even
time.
know if it would even go up.
Yeah, it's
anymore.
rusted.
rusted.
It's
Yeah.
rusted. Well, it would.
It's rusted, Chuck.
That brings up. I'm trying to hold your hand here. That brings up a. We talked about it last week or 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago when Mike was on here about like some of the new Holosuns. Like Holosun's coming out with all these awesome new optics and all these little smaller footprints and everything.
Yep.
And the 509T is working great for me. My 507 on my Glocks working great for me.
Yeah.
Like the only reason I'm going to upgrade optics is if I buy a new pistol at this
Yeah.
point, because even if it's 4, 5, 7 years old,
It's still
that thing
running
is
great.
still kicking.
Yep.
And it's not like I need to, and it's got the features I need. And okay, now if I got a new Glock, I'd throw, what is the smaller enclosed ones on it. Cool. But it doesn't give me a lot of reason to upgrade because they're good freaking dots.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, and there you go. And so that's an interesting discussion. How long does something have to be on the market and have the data for reliability before you finally go, it's good to go? How long? How long?
That's a good question.
Yeah, because I'll tell you what, 2016, right? And I can say this out loud. I went to a Steve Fisher class. No. What's up, Steve? Anyway, and the host, Willie, right? Willie Radford, man, he had a Glock 17, with the Holosun T1. He's a machinist, right? A welder and all that other good stuff, whatever you call that stuff, right?
I hadn't heard about Willie in a while.
Yeah. He's doing good, dude. He's lost 300 pounds.
Holy shit! Yeah.
Yeah, dude. He's like 200 pounds right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good
Great.
for him.
Yeah, good for him. And his wife's lost a lot of weight too. Anyway, so he machined a mount, right? Put that thing on there. That thing just broke. He had 15,000 rounds on that thing, right? We're talking about a 2015 Holosun, right? He had 15,000 rounds on that thing, and the thing finally broke. The seal on the reel broke. The dot's still going, but the seal on the reel broke, so the glass doesn't stay in or something like that. So that's got to be close. I mean, that long? 100,000 rounds, the way he shoots and stuff like that, right? And I remember back then on in another group that, I was like, hey, I don't know, man. I saw this thing run, and he's got a big-ass window on that T1 clone, and I kind of want a T&E this thing. It's like, oh, no, that's hobby grade, blah, 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 all this other stuff. I'm like, I literally seen it, burn it down in the rain, in wind, throwing the thing. The guy's got 15,000 rounds on it. How long, I mean, just recently Holosun became an accepted name. Mm-hmm. How long? 2 years maybe now?
Yeah.
Maybe 2 years, right? That's 2021. Man, this dude's burning shit down in 2016. It's interesting. It's interesting. And by the way, you and I are going to have a discussion about that later.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, about how long does it? Well, anyway, we'll talk about that later off camera.
Over dinner.
Yeah.
All right, there's some good questions in here.
I'm kind of skip it around.
Yeah. Non-duty. This is right on topic too. Non-duty gun. Is the RCR worth waiting for, or should I just get a SRO now?
You have more experience on that one than I do. I haven't even messed with it.
So I'm not going to give you the answer to that. I'll tell you how I rate optics, right? And again, that's me, right? I'm not a barrel chest and freaking fighting SWAT fighter like this man over here or anything like that, right? But here's how I look at it, right? Performance, reliability, durability, right? So performance is size of window, ease of use, brightness of dot, clarity of glass, okay? And are the functions easy to do? For example, when the Holosun 508 first came out, right? Too much shit going on that motherboard, man. Sometimes the features would go on and off and like blah, blah, blah. Then they finally figured it out, right? It was fine. But that's not reliable. You see what I'm saying, right? So that's performance. Reliability is, do you have the features and benefits that are reliable that we're going to work every single time, right? Are you going to tell us that your light sensor is quick enough to go to, to react dynamically and critically or whatever you're talking about, right? Yeah. If not, let us know, is it going to flash? Is the refresh rate going to be good enough if I transition from here to a 10-yard target? I'm not seeing a Pong game, a blip, 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 and then durability, is it durable enough for your purposes, right? And there's varying grades of that. I still don't know what duty grade means, right? I don't know, God bless Aaron, and everybody's like, look, we're all friends. We all make fun of each other. We all got our little quirks, right? And he came up with a standard I think is a very good standard, right? I think people have brought that overboard a little bit, right? That's my own opinion. Your mileage may vary on that, right? But my personal thing is, like on the last one he did on the 507 comp, right? 2,000 rounds, dropped 5 times, kept 0. Yes, the glass cracked on the last one, right? But if you had a partner, right? If you had a SWAT teammate, right? And in 2,000 rounds, he dropped his gun 5 times.
Yeah.
Would you yell at the optic?
We'd have a talk. Like,
right?
What are you doing, bro?
Right?
Yeah.
And then if you saw him do all that shit and picked up the optic and it confirmed 0, would you go, that's a tough motherfucking dot?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Right? So, again, that's not my world. I'm a concealed carry guy, right? Yada, yada, yada. So, for me personally, right, and I don't think closed emitters are the end all be all. You got to have it, or otherwise you're going to get killed in the streets. Okay.
Yeah.
So you got to do this, right? If you can get an SRO right now, non-duty use and performance, right, is maybe more important than hyper ruggedness and durability, then get the SRO now. Okay. If that does matter to you, which is fine, you're an American, do what you want to do. You cannot go wrong with the RCR. And I will personally tell you that performance-wise, when I did because I did the thing for Trigicon, the media day out in March, right? I did all my standards on the RCR, and there was no time difference, right? Now, that doesn't mean the RCR is better performance-wise than the SRO. The SRO just makes life easier, right? But I could do them all with the RCR. So, there you go. Didn't answer the damn question, did I? Yeah, I don't know.
Well, it's better given the why instead of just do this and just answer it with a one-sentence response.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. And if I was a cop in Anchorage or Seattle, I'd rock the RCR.
Yeah.
Right? Not because of rain, but because of fogging, which I think is more of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Solid answer. And if you're in the market for SRO, visit BigTexOrdnance.com, where we have 2.5 MOA and 1 MOA, I believe, in stock currently.
That's the hardest part about coming here is not like walking away.
We're already going
Did you
shopping.
see the
Like,
shop,
you know what I mean?
you saw the shopping carts that we got?
Yeah.
I saw them.
Yeah, we actually have actual shopping carts now.
Yeah.
It's great.
You got some 507s too?
Probably.
The comps or
Comps.
No.
Comps.
We have some
I got a
comps.
green one. I got a green one and like 40 on back order right now.
Oh, dude, they're just going. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just can't get a hold of them yet.
Oh, Drew's got a good question. He says, "What fulfills you as a teacher, and what really breaks you down and burns you out?"
Ooh, what fills me as a teacher? What breaks you down? Okay. For me, I think it's like kind of the service of others is the mission for me, right? Performance on demand is a job, but service for others is a mission. Getting guys either from point A to point B or allowing them to take home material that's going to help their department, right? Their officers, etc. And getting guys to look at certain techniques and so forth in a different light. I think that's kind of the biggest thing that fulfills me. Like I love teaching. I never knew I never wanted to become an instructor until I started taking a whole bunch of classes, right? And I was like, this is super cool, right? And then
Or they suck. I can do better. No.
yeah, right. And so
man.
like there wasn't anything going on in my region, in my area, and I was like, why can't I do this? And it was kind of like I think God led me to it. To be honest, it's kind of like that's another calling that kind of led me down this path. But man, I love teaching. Like it's not a job. It can be at times, right? For sure, the travel, etc. Best job I ever had, though. You know what I mean? So I think really the service for others, right? So it's not just about me. It's not about my ego or what I'm doing, right? How can I help you get better? How can I help you save, your potentially your family, your partners, etc. What can I do for you, right? And the thing that gets me, I guess, down the most, nothing really in classes wise. It's more the travel.
Yeah.
Right. The travel is kind of an ass kicker, and especially now that I have like 2 kids. Right, so being away from home can kind of be a drainer.
You've got a young one too.
I do. Yeah, 7-month-old.
Yeah.
Right, so he's getting ready to crawl. We'll see how that goes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, I would say that's about it.
I'm going to say the same thing. Seeing people progress, seeing those epiphany moments, right? Where people are like, oh my God, I get this and it's working now. If I just do the reps, I'll be more consistent. That's really, and that never ever gets old. Never gets old. The things that burn you out, the travel. My thing, man, is I hate being lost, and it doesn't matter. In an airport, you're always lost. Even if you know where you're going, you're lost. You know what I mean? And, to that point, it was like, okay, well, I'm really hungry, but I got to make sure my gate's there.
Yeah.
Once I make sure my gate's there, then I'll go get something to eat.
That's funny. Yeah.
And I'm like, this is ridiculous. But wait a minute. What if I'm in Chicago and A15 is not next to A14. It's on the other side of the airport. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that
Airport
also the other thing that burns you out is when you're not accomplishing your own goals, right?
Yeah.
And that's that's first world problems and stuff, right? People always say like what's the downside of all this? Well, man, I want to get my black belt in, jiu-jitsu. You know what I mean? I want to compete. I want to be this. More importantly, I don't want to be stagnant. And my schedule is so much that I have to force time to get out there and train when I'd rather just catch up on sleep and stuff. Your health, I'm going to tell him, as a guy, don't let your health go. I'm telling him this, all right? I'm telling him this. He took one of my classes out at College Station, right? And I'm like, hey, dude, let's go eat. And he's like, well, okay, give me about an hour. I got to go work out. I'm like, work out? Like, you
Yeah,
got to
bro.
get it in.
Come
fam.
on, man.
Yeah, let's go work out. Anyway, right? So you got to take care of your health. Otherwise, the drag just gets more and starts to stack more and more and more. After losing all this weight and stuff, man, it's just like, I got to spring my step. I'm getting up's easier, sleep is better, all this other stuff. And the goals that I want to accomplish in a short period of time, like at lunchtime when I'm trying to work on a drill or something like that, are that much easier because the physical aspect and the energy aspect is there. So, yep, that's it. I think that's where most, like, when they get successful, right, instructors, which is not easy in this business to get a following and stuff, then you start to relax, and then you start to believe on hype. You start eating and drinking and smoking, all the time, which is great, which I still do, but within moderation, and people let their health go. And sometimes it's too late for some people. Some people get, wake up like, I did. So, man, I was looking at the picture that Jim posted the other day, or I think it came up memories. Did you see it? About you and Jim when we were out here teaching TTP. God damn, I was a fat motherfucker, man.
That's a while back.
Holy shit, dude. I must have been
that
pushing
morning.
320 at that time. Good Lord almighty.
How's
You're
your knee, by
looking
the
good,
way?
man. I know I've told you that before, but
Yeah.
like you're definitely noticed that you're looking pretty.
Well,
slim and trim.
I'm happy. Home life is great now. Working out more, eating less. That's not true. I'm eating different.
Getting better.
Yeah, got the supplements squared away. I'm 53, man. If I'm telling you I'm not getting any help, I'm a goddamn liar. You know what I mean? But, it's just about the formula, right? It's just about the formula. And, life is good, dude. 25 more pounds, I'll get down to 250, and I'll be sprightly, and I'll be good.
Back to your fighting weight.
Yeah, well, so when I was doing jiu-jitsu competition and stuff like that, I walked around at 235, but that's training 5.
I was gonna say I've seen some pictures of you back in Vegas, man. You were skinny.
Yeah. That was training, jiu-jitsu 4 or 5 times a week. It's not easy to keep. It's not hard to keep off weight when you're rolling that much.
Yeah, you're
and then fighting weight's 215. I don't need to get to that. Because you have to cut off everything, dude. Dude, I can still have my tequila. I can still have my burger, right? I can still have, my beer, and we'll be okay at 250.
Yeah, it's
all
like
about
you
the
said,
balance.
moderation.
It's all about the balance.
Right? Moderation.
Yeah.
As I'm sitting here wishing I didn't eat that whole 10-inch
He's
pizza.
like, "Hey, you want pizza for lunch?" I'm like, "I guess." Let's
Yeah,
do
I
it,
ate the
right?
whole
Like,
freaking
we were hungry. Like, it was a good lunch though.
they
Good
had
lunch.
me running around this place.
Yeah.
doing low light CQB, running around.
Yeah,
Hell yeah. Oh, is that what you guys were videoing? Was that you?
yeah.
I saw some live pop up. I
Yeah.
hopped and I was like, oh, there's a carbine in the warehouse.
Yeah, you got an active shooter situation here.
Yeah, we did some content with him earlier today.
Hell yeah.
And filmed a little cinematic intro to one of the videos.
Nice.
So we'll see it here in a couple weeks, hopefully. After the first of the year, got to change up our YouTube a little bit.
Yeah.
And keep it spicy.
Man, are you guys finding YouTube is where it's at again? It's like coming back to
Yeah,
it.
it's kind of making it circle.
People
like,
are getting sick of the Instagrams, I
Yeah.
think. You know what I mean? And, yeah.
People are sick of Instagram fucking you.
Yes.
Yeah, you get so much
And
flagging.
like, for example, I posted a reel one day before they limited our reach.
Yeah.
Like it was like 6 months ago we got the notification, you will no longer be showed to people that do not follow you.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
And so before that, I'd post a funny reel. We'd post a funny reel and we'd get 33,000
Yeah.
views. A good
Yep.
reach. And then now I post, 1,300 people saw your reel. Thanks, bro.
Yeah.
I go to YouTube and post something, and it'll get 6,000 views, 3,000 views. I get Bill Blowers cussing up a storm on the range at Symposium.
Yeah.
He got 2 million views on YouTube.
Yeah.
And YouTube might not promote gun content as much,
But here's the
but
difference
it
with
doesn't
YouTube.
limit you.
They
guys.
let the advertisers decide.
Yeah.
Right? Where Instagram really doesn't have advertisers. So they decide all that. Where YouTube, it's like, hey man, go ahead and on the limited reach. I'm okay with that, right? Because it's still getting all this. Like I don't make that. I don't really. There's nothing to talk about as far as the money I make with YouTube. It's not about that. It's about people getting aware and then clicking in.
Yeah.
Because Heather was looking at the stats. He's like, from all things, because our fulfillment site tracks where people click in through, man, and it's always been YouTube.
Yeah.
It's always been YouTube. You know, so it's like,
Well, it's a big search engine. Like people will go on there and
Yeah.
searching for stuff.
Yeah.
And
Like I've done 3 videos. I did the RCR review. I did the little video I did out in LA, right, with the Waving Wing Boys, and maybe one other one, right, and in quick succession. And I got 2,000 subscribers in a month.
Yep.
In a month. I'm like, oh, man. I think I need to do my podcast
Yeah.
again. I need to start
Yeah,
doing
if
my
you're not-
podcast again.
If you're not, you need to be.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
your podcast, the one we recorded a year ago,
Yeah.
month over month, is the most viewed
Really?
podcast on YouTube.
Huh.
It might not be the most downloaded,
Yeah.
but it is the most viewed on YouTube.
so there's
It has
still
the
people
best.
watching it a year
Yeah.
later.
Yeah.
Huh.
Like-
Interesting.
Look at my stats right now. You go back and it's like there's like a video from Chuck that I posted. There's the fake Mod Light video, and then there's your episode
Yeah.
42 or whatever it was of the Big Tex podcast.
Huh.
Yeah,
That's
from a year
interesting.
ago, because it doesn't age. It continues to pop up. But
Yeah.
YouTube is definitely where it's at, which is why we brought.
Yeah, that's the
Right.
other thing with like Instagram. Like they'll show it for the first 10 hours or whatever. After that, it goes away.
gone. Yep.
YouTube it's there forever.
Yeah.
You know, you can constantly get new people seeing
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
It's definitely worth the time. Let's see what else we got. We're getting close here. Should brand. We got that one.
I think Chuck asked what my favorite IPA is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the first question.
Yeah,
that he asked.
Modelo.
Modelo.
It's a good one. Not too hoppy. Let me refresh it. See if you got anything else over there. Do you have anything?
Oh, Jeff is going to bring Brian to the Dallas area. He wants to bring you up there for a
Oh, yeah, dude.
shooters class.
I had
so-
met him at Tim's class.
Okay,
So
nice.
I think that was no. He came to a previous class that I taught. That's right. I was like, hey Jeff, how do I know you, bro? Like you look so familiar.
Yeah.
Jeff who?
Jeff Key. He's
yeah.
up in Dallas.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and he's like, hey, Dad, I was in your last class. I was like, oh, that's right. I'm sorry, I couldn't remember you. Like you just look super familiar, right? And he's like, hey, you want to come down for a class? I'm like, let's do it. So yeah, we'll get something going next year, hopefully.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
What do y'all have coming up? What's on the schedule for you? What's new and happening with Brian? in
I
Slytac?
have 2 more classes to go. Hopefully I'll be in Cali this weekend coming up
Nice.
for a low light opposed, like a low light CQB class.
What part of Cali?
I'm going to be in Moore Park. So don't ask me.
Who's hosting that?
The Raven
Raven
Boys.
guys?
Yeah,
Is JJ coming to that class?
I believe so.
That's
the
gonna be
intent.
badass,
That
bro.
is
You
the
got
intent.
JJ Rakaza coming to his low light class.
Yeah, so
Oh,
I told him, I
that's
was like, hey,
cool.
JJ,
He's gonna wear shorts
come
so he
to
can
the
show them
class.
quads.
I was like, come to the class, and then I'll take your class. We'll hang out and do whatever, right? It's going to be full house there
Yeah,
at the
that's
house. so
networking,
it'll be
dude.
good.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And then I have a class in Dilley, Texas, down at the ranch, the other ranch, right? So we'll be there. And then 2024 schedule's already out, so we'll see how that goes. It looks to be a busy year.
Yeah, for
Right.
sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then just start competing as much as I can. Like you mentioned earlier, that's kind of the hardest thing is your own goals. So I'm going to try to compete at least once, if not twice a month. I have to drive around 2 to 3 hours to the local match, right? So I'm going to make it worth it, right? So if I'm going to be driving that amount of time, ammo, et cetera, it's going to be worth it. So I've been putting in the work dry fire on the range too as well. So the goal for next year is hopefully M class, at least M
Hell yeah.
class. Yeah.
Nice.
Scott?
Nice.
What you got? 103 more classes?
Yeah.
100.
So wait. So before these two, I think I have 6 left. So we got this one, and then I have a class in Franklinville, North Carolina. Then I have a class in Matthews, Charlotte, where I live now. That's gonna be fun. I have 3 UFC fighters coming to my class.
Oh, damn.
Jeremy Horn, Kenny Florian, and Cole Miller are coming to the class. And my jiu-jitsu professor, because coming down from Maryland, Vicente, he's going to take it. He's one of my endorsed instructors. He's a badass. My other staff instructor, Gil, he's a hair away from a brown belt. It's going to be cool. It's going to be all jiu-jitsu guys and shooting, man.
Y'all
It's
should
gonna
go
be
to a
awesome.
bar after that.
I know, right? I know. That, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2 classes back-to-back at Royal Range in Nashville.
Nice.
Yeah, and that should be fun. My buddy Shane Caldwell, he's coming out to AI. It's going to be his birthday. He and his wife are going to come out. We're going to get an Airbnb, and it's going to be an awesome time to celebrate his birthday.
Nice.
Teach 2 classes back to back. It's going to be a good time. Yeah, so that. And then I'm going on vacation, finally.
For how long?
5 days. 5 days. Puerto Rico.
Ooh,
Nice.
nice, bro.
Yeah, dude. You know what they do in Puerto Rico? You rent an air rifle, and they get the pellets, and you shoot iguanas.
Oh,
And for every iguana, because it's an invasive species,
Yeah.
bro. Right?
Okay.
And for every iguana you bring back, they give you a quarter.
A quarter.
Yeah, bro. So I'm gonna take out my Vortex 1 to 10 and put it on that fucking thing. I'm like, I'm gonna clear it. I'm gonna rid the island of the manifestation.
Yeah, Magpul just did a video.
I said manifestation,
Yeah,
infestation.
I was like, all right.
Yeah, manifested. I will uninfest. So anyway, it's gonna be a good time.
yeah.
Yeah, Magpul did a video down in Florida
Yeah.
hunting iguanas with the air rifle. That's like a thing you can do.
Yeah.
You just
I
go-
had no idea.
Here's the thing. Why wouldn't you do it?
No.
What a great damn time.
Yeah.
What
They're
a great
very
time.
incredibly invasive. And They just like
Yeah.
multiplied.
Just
They're
kill
they're everywhere.
yeah.
down
Chicken
there.
of the trees.
Yeah.
Well, have
Chicken
you
of the
eaten an iguana before?
I don't
Have
think
you?
I have.
Do they taste
In
like chicken?
Belize, yeah. Yeah. We had
really?
we tried them in Belize when we went down there. They taste like chicken.
Huh.
Yeah.
Like
You want
white
me to bring
meat or-
one back for you?
No, I'm good.
Right, you gotta
It was one of those
you
things
gotta-
like
you
I'm
gotta-
gonna check the block. That
You got a
you know.
deer freezer. You got an iguana freezer. You know what I mean?
You ever seen the
What kind of
videos?
fajitas are those, bro?
You ever seen the videos on like in Florida when it does get really cold? Like when it like every once in a while when it freezes, where the iguanas are falling out of the trees.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Because they're just
That is hilarious.
anyway. Let's see, Jim Dexter. Who's just the guy? What does this guy want? While you're both representing my, oh wait, hold on. I should read that before.
You
I
should
say
go ahead and read that. Let's see. I want to see how he answers this.
Hold on. All right. While you're both representing minority culture within the training industry, would you both agree that redheads are the true minority and they need more representation within the shooting community?
No,
No.
No.
no,
No.
no. I mean,
Absolutely not.
More soulless people walking around is not better.
we love you, Jim.
Have you ever like? So let's ask that question, right? Let's get a little spicy here. Have you ever felt the fact that you were a minority instructor?
Nope. I've never felt that. I've never experienced that either. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Right? No, I never have either.
I've never gone to a range and they're like, oh, it's a Mexican instructor. You know, I'm like, no, man. No.
Nope.
Nobody
Me
asked
neither.
for a refund?
No.
No.
Yeah.
No.
A little disappointed sometimes. They're like, you can't.
I mean,
like,
I make them uncomfortable because I'm
Yeah.
Asian. So you know what the best thing to do, especially like a TTPOA, right? Because you're out there, right? And you got all these, barrel-chested, freedom-fighting, murder-faced SWAT men out there, and you are not going to make them laugh. And I take that as a challenge. Right? And undoubtedly, they always have their tattoo sleeves, right? And they're always Japanese sleeves, right? And my thing is like, hey, man, you got some Asian tattoos there. You got a little Asian in you? No. You want some? And they always fucking break down. Oh, you're an asshole. It's a good time. That's how you break them down.
Nice.
I use my ethnicity as a weapon.
Weaponized.
That's awesome.
Any other
I
engaging questions from the group?
I think we're good. I think we're good. Duke Krieger, he has nothing to input in this conversation. He's just making inflammatory comments.
Yeah, I'm sure he is.
Uh,
So hey, can I say something about Duke?
yeah.
So Duke's an amazing person, right?
Absolutely.
Great shooter, amazing man of faith, trying to fix all of us broken people in this
Yes, he
industry,
is.
right? He did my 3/4 patch, a little baby samurai with the binky and 3/4 sword. He's the
Yeah.
one that drew that.
Oh, nice.
He has come up with 2 more stickers.
Oh,
Right, that we're just doing fun things, selling
Yeah.
stuff on the side. Like, I had this idea, let's do it, right? So if anybody's a heavy metal fan, Iron Maiden Killers, right, where Eddie has a hatchet, he did one for me with instead of Iron Maiden Killers, it's Modern Samurai Project, right? And he's got a PDP in his hand.
Oh, nice.
Right, and then the new one, which is one of my favorite jokes ever, right? So he heard me say this joke in Nashville last year, right? So a guy was saying, I was showing him the Petzl stuff, right? He's like, oh, this is amazing, but man, I have really dry hands. It's gonna make my hands crack, right? I go, there's a thing for that you can take. He's like, what? I go, Triactin. Really? What is that? Triactin like a man. So the new sticker is a pill bottle, right? That says Triactin 9x19 and blue pills with MSP on it. That's going to be the new sticker, right? So I gave him an idea, and he runs with it, man. He's awesome. Yeah, he's an awesome guy. I'll see him in Nashville. He's going to come out and hang out, too.
Oh, sweet. Yeah. Tell him I said hi.
I will, man.
He hit me up last year. He's like, I got to get a PDP. I'm like, what? He's like, I got to get this optic for my PDP. I got Scott's class coming up. Can you get me this quick? I was like, yeah, we got him. Hooked him up. Mags too, I think.
Yeah, dude. He's all about the PDP, bro. He's all about it.
Which I've been enjoying it. Like I just picked mine up a couple months ago too, and so I just have the trigger on it.
What recoil spring you got in that? What guide rod you got in there? You got the ZR in there?
Yeah,
it's a good one.
Yeah,
it's a good one. You got 13 or 15?
I think I have the 13 in there.
13 in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
The recoil impulse is something like I'm still getting used to a little bit. It's just different because I've always primarily shot Glocks for forever, right?
It's a heavier slide.
Yeah,
it's a heavier slide.
So it just feels different, but like I like it.
Yeah, right? A couple of those Triactin pills, you'll be good to go.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's flat, you know. Like I'm not saying it's not. Yeah, come on,
it's not a problem.
Yeah. No, fuck you, Scott.
And on that note, if you've hung out with us for the past hour, we appreciate it. Two of definitely our favorite guests that we've had on the show. You're officially a host now.
Just let me know. Let me know when you want me to co-host. Yeah.
We'll just
Big Tex Sly podcast.
Big Tex Mex.
Big Tex Mex.
I'll even change the logo for this.
Oh, that's what you should change it to. Mextech.
It sounds like a security unit, like Maxtech.
Hell yeah, dude. Your logo will be like, you'll take the Mayans logo and put that shit on there.
And on that note.
You laugh. I sell shirts like that, bro.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for listening, everybody. We're going to get off here and cause some trouble.
Racist.
That was good.